Everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to put this in first. So this is my makeup, nice simple everyday look. So everything in this video is just stuff that I found off Google and YouTube. Some of it is allegedly, I don't know if it's completely true. I'm just talking about whatever I want to talk about when I want to, so don't believe me in anything that I say. It's just stuff that I'm just reading from other people and I'm putting out there. I just want to quickly put that in and enjoy the video. This video is going to be about Miley Cyrus and kind of a little bit of Disney and the in-between stage before she broke free from Disney. So kind of like how she did it, and I kind of break it down. And I didn't really realize while I was researching this, that's kind of what I was researching for. So it was kind of like the breakdown of how she broke free from Disney. And then I think I'm going to do a second one on after Disney and the backlash of breaking free from Disney. Let's go straight into this. So Miley's 30 now, but she did start Hannah Montana when she was 13 years old. Now I'm not going to go into her childhood because I just kind of wanted to do the bit that was in between, like before, like not before Hannah Montana, not after. I mean, there's a little bit of after in this, but not really too much, I don't think. But yeah, I will do another one. But she did Hannah Montana from the age of 13 to the age of 18. So really the years that you or me, like growing up, would be figuring out life and, you know, like going on dates and just figuring out how to become an adult. She was scrutinized by the public for every step she made. And Montana's story, like I've said, that could be a whole video in itself, to be honest. Just looking into lots of different things, but I do touch off it so much in this video that I feel like I don't really need to do a whole separate video for Hannah Montana. And I really feel like Miley has let Hannah Montana completely go, just from like watching different interviews, doing this research and stuff. I think she just felt like that character made her but also broke her at the same time, which is, like I said, I'm not going to touch too much on Hannah Montana, but she was worked to her bone. I mean, I have a video I'm going to do one on Demi Lovato as well. Just everyone that worked in Disney, I'm going to do one. She was worked to the bone. She was completely underpaid. What infuriates me so much out of like researching about this, and also I've been watching like interviews that Demi Lovato's in as well, is it's almost like the media and Disney don't want the stars to grow up, which I understand because they're just money making machines to them. But there is a point when these celebrities have to grow up and become themselves. I feel like they have to grow up at some point, and to make such young kids such role models to like the world is just crazy. And I guess at the time I didn't really think about it because I just liked Hannah Montana or, you know, Sunny with a Chance and things. But then when you get older and you realize, my God, all the pressure them girls were under, it's so unfair. One thing that was really interesting, just researching and looking into interviews that she was in, from the second that she became a celebrity, she was always asked in interviews, you're not going to turn out like Lindsay Lohan, you know what I mean? She was pitted against other like celebrities that were deemed gone off the rails. I think again, it's like they're all put in such high pedestals that they don't want to be put on. They just want to live their dream and act and make money or whatever. But I just feel like it's so unfair that they're put on the pedestal. I did see an interview with Miley, or was it Demi? It was like, when you're 15 or 16, it's not weird to go to a party. It's not weird to sneak out of the house. It's not weird to do any of these things. It's a normal thing that a teenager does. But because you're in the spotlight, it just seems like you're not meant to do all these things. To be honest, it just seems super unfair. I don't think she was the only celebrity that got hacked. There's been a couple of hackings, I think, through the years, but she got hacked by this 19-year-old boy named Josh Miley that weren't appropriate. But I'm pretty sure she was like 15 at the time, so it was like, even if she had an inappropriate photo, whatever an inappropriate photo is to you, but if say she did have her chest out, why the hell was this talked about in the media, and why weren't people like criticizing this guy Josh? Because no one criticized Josh for this, but Miley had to go out and apologize. Disney basically was like, nah, we're not doing anything about this. So Disney, they didn't protect her. Hannah Montana, the whole franchise, was making millions, absolutely millions. It didn't even have that many seasons. I think it was 3 seasons, or maybe 3 and a bit, but it didn't have that many seasons, didn't go on for that many years. But there was the concerts, there was the appearances, there was so much, there was the merchandise, CDs. Like, Hannah Montana was a whole corporation in itself, and I think people forget that when it comes to some of these like teen Disney stars, that their whole image was a whole corporation inside of Disney that was just making Disney so much money, and the fact that they couldn't protect her as a victim in this scenario, and everyone just laid her, like, even looking through like interviews, not even interviews, but just like people on newscasts like talking about this and everything, like literally just like saying the most horrible things about a 15-year-old girl without thinking like, shit, she's 15, you know what I mean? It just seems so unfair. The next big media storm was the Vanity Fair article. I don't see anything wrong with the photo. What I feel wrong is when the media attacked her and made it sexual. She's wearing like a satin robe and you can see her back. I mean, looking at that, when I first seen that photo, I didn't automatically think something sexual. Just thought it was a girl doing a photo shoot, and it was artsy at the time. But the way the media portrayed her, she might as well have had a scarlet A on her. Like, it was just so obscene. And actually listening to some of these interviews, I'm not going to post them on this video, but you can literally like Google interviews about the Vanity Fair article, like people on news reports and stuff, and just the slating she got, it just, like, I feel like she deserves like whole apology, and she should be suing every single one of them for the shit that they said about her, because she in no way deserved it. It just really was not fair. And parents all over the world, there was like interviews of people, like news stations or whatever, going out into the public on the streets and asking people what they thought about this. And we were like, well, that's Hannah Montana, she can't act like that. Actually, no, this is Miley Cyrus, she can act like that when she's not dressed in the wig like Hannah Montana. And Disney didn't do anything to protect her, even though she was still making them so much money, and they just didn't even care, didn't protect her again. And of course she had to apologize for what she did. Do you blame Miley, or do you blame the photographer? Do you blame her parents? And I know her parents were like questioned at the time. I think they said that they were like, they were out of, like, they weren't there while that bit was getting filmed, or getting like taken. So I mean, you just don't know what to believe, do you? But do you blame Miley? Do you blame the parents? Who do you blame in this scenario? But I don't think Miley should get blamed. She was only 15 at this point. And when you're 15, and you know, she's probably always been told what to do by Disney and stuff, so I feel like if someone tells her to jump, she just jumps, you know what I mean? This was before she really broke free. Never asked to be a role model, and I get it, you know, you're putting the public eye, there's certain things you have to do. And I often think this about like influencers and like YouTube stars, when they just decide to stop sharing things, you're completely entitled to, but you weren't given the role to do certain things. So I feel like that's something that we should all remember when it comes to these celebrities as well. On this, around season 3, when that came out saying Miley wanted to end the show. And honest to God, can anyone really blame her the way she was treated? Her for wanting to leave Disney and do something else. Like, honestly, she just wanted to become a full-time singer. And when this got released, whoever the insider is that released this article, Miley then went to E and said, or Disney went and said, that's a lie, we're planning on a season 4, Miley wants it. And then Miley went to E! News and was like, well, no, that's not true, I actually don't want to do it, I'm finished with Hannah Montana. And I think it was around this time when the media started to portray Miley not being Hannah Montana anymore. But not that, oh, Miley would be like her own person now. She's going to be Miley Cyrus. She's not going to be Hannah Montana. It was more like, she's not going to be Hannah Montana anymore. Like, who does she think she is, not becoming Hannah Montana? I would just remember, because when Bangers came out before that, there was a lot of talk before that. And that's kind of what I'm talking about now, where she was just kind of shit on by the media. So I think through being like young and in the public eye for so long, Miley truly has been outspoken. Her whole career, she hasn't held anything. I think Miley's parents have been there for her more than others. I think because I guess her aunt is, or her godmother is Dolly Parton, and her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus, and they went through different things with the media and different things, so they kind of knew already what was going to come and could help and prepare. Watching interviews with her dad was always on her side. He never once I think the Vanity Fair one, he was like, I wasn't there for it or something. But he probably still could have stopped it. But he never once said Miley was wrong or she was in a wrong. She deserves to, she will apologise. I think he was always very much on Miley's side rather than Disney's side, which was quite nice to hear. So in April 2009, she had her sweet 16th birthday party at Disney World. So I guess this kind of was it's at Disney World. That's quite a statement, I think, for Disney and for Miley at the time, considering everything she had been through. And the summer of 2009, she started filming the last song that Disney helped make. They promised, I think it was, they wanted her to return to film season 4 of Hannah Montana, but she could get another movie. So I think to help tip her off the edge and get out of the Disney like chokehold, I'm pretty sure that's where she met Liam. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've seen for years, because the Miley song Flowers literally just been released, and I was planning on doing this, so I'm doing it now. But song Flowers doesn't really surprise me, all that she's gone through with Liam. It's sad, but it doesn't surprise me because he did always seem like a bit of a D-I-C-K, you know what I mean? There was something I never really liked, and Chris I liked, but Liam never really liked. So TMZ reported a video. TMZ are fucking dicks, aren't they? Like, actually dicks. A video of Miley dancing on top of a 44-year-old man, like kind of like bounce him or something. I did see the video, but why did Miley get all the blame? Like, it frustrated me when I seen that video. I was like, why didn't this man get any of the blame for 60-year-old dancing on him? You know what I mean? Should he have not been like scrutinized for letting it happen? The saying that Miley got scrutinized for doing it. So Party in the USA, I think I already knew it was wrote by Jessie J and it was meant for her, and then it was given to Miley Cyrus to promote her Walmart clothes. And I won't lie, I listen to Party in the USA most days when I'm at the gym. I just like it. I just feel like it's like a good energetic song, and I think it suited it, like matched perfectly for Miley, but also would have worked really well for Jessie J's story as well. Teen Choice Awards, I think Miley made it pretty clear that she was no longer going to be under Hannah Montana's control. She was sick of listening to these older men and women. Like, I was listening to old like videos of news reports and like talk shows and stuff, like older men and women like slating her. Like people like 3 times, 2 and 3 times, twice and 3 times her age, like talking smack about her. It's just, I think from looking at articles and things, when she went solo and did her first concert, like worldwide tour, being Miley instead of Hannah. In fact, I forgot to mention, April 2009, the Hannah Montana movie was released and it made 155 million. And do you remember that? Hokey pokey polka dotted country. I remember that, and I remember going to the cinema with my sister, and we stood up with other people in the cinema and actually did the dance because we had seen it, like the song everywhere, but we still had to go to the cinema to see the Hannah Montana movie. And I wouldn't say I was like the biggest like Hannah Montana fan. Well, I never went to concerts, and when you go to cinema, it was like a big deal, and I remember it so much. But 155 million that made, and they treated her like absolute garbage, and that's just like one movie. Wanted to do one more season of Hannah Montana. She did it because she thought it was the right thing to do. The last season was really to say goodbye to the characters, because although I don't think I've been on like telly that long or on like the Disney Channel for like so many years, it had made such an impact on people's lives. And I do get it at the same point that you're a role model and going into this, but I feel like the corporations like Disney and Nickelodeon can make that more obvious to these children stars, like without being like completely rude and mean to them and threatening their careers and things. I feel like they can definitely go a little bit further and like explain it better to them, because just from different articles and what you read, I feel like a lot of the time it's just like Disney and Nickelodeon just being DICKs to these actors. And then It Can't Be Tamed came out, and that came out in the album when she was still working with Disney, and I think at this point everyone kind of knew. So there was the Can't Be Tamed, and I think that's when people realized Hannah Montana was no more, and it was like the introduction saying goodbye to her for real. And then there was her 18th birthday, she was smoking out of a bong. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but she was caught smoking out of a bong. And then her birthday cake photos where it was like the shape of a penis and she was eating out of it. And then because of these two controversies from her birthday and the cake, Hotel Transylvania dropped her after this, and she took a break, and then she came back with We Can't Stop, which was the Bangers album. And honestly, I want to do I watched a video about it, about the Bangers album, and I want to dive deep into that, because I feel like she got so much slack for that when she really didn't deserve it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video because my phone's gonna explode. I don't know what's happening with it. It's what I wanted to use the GoPro, but it was dead. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, the little breakdown of how Miley ended up leaving Disney. I don't know what the settlement was, what her exact payment was, or her fee. A lot of that is kind of kept secret, and there's like different numbers on different websites, so I don't want to give out false information. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.